Howdy y'all, Bourbon86X here, and welcome back to Conan Exiles, Age of Heroes. So, if you recall in our previous episode, our good friend Thugra back there, we took him on a little training mission, did a training, not really a montage with him, but same thing in theory, right? So, we got him trained up a little bit, leveled him up a little bit. I can't remember. So we got him to level 7, so he still has a ways to go, but hopefully he'll get some good work in today. So what do we have on the agenda today? Well, one thing, let's go ahead and bring up our knowledge and head over to weapons. I want to make a better shield, so we can make an iron targe now, so let's go ahead and unlock that. The next thing I want to do is, let me see if I can find it, is begin our journey into becoming an all-powerful sorcerer. So we'll start the sorcerer journey today. The first thing we have to do is find and defeat a sorcerer. So let's go ahead and switch our journey. Let's get our medium cap on, and let's go make that shield first of all. Alright, so I actually, before we do that, I do have, kind of clean this up a little bit, a bunch of satchels and supply materials, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick those right here for now. Because we have to go kill a sorcerer anyway as part of the journey. So, and I'll open those later off camera. Right, so what will we need for an iron targe? So we need 16 wood and 24 iron bars. 24. Stick this right here for now, and there we have it, a brand new shield. Right, okay, so let's go find us a sorcerer, and as luck would have it, as we saw in the previous couple of episodes, we have a sorcerer right up the hill. Oh no. So I'm stuck on my horse. Thankfully I was watching Angar's live stream, I think it was just past Sunday, and a helpful one of his helpful followers said that you can just crouch walk away from it. Thank God for that, because I know if you've watched my past few episodes, you've seen me struggle with that glitch. Okay, so I'm gonna head over to this camp, and I will see you all when I get there. See you shortly. Alright y'all, welcome back. So here we are at this little Dafari camp, and we will be able to find us our sorcerer here. And there they are.
Your heart will be eaten.
I was hoping they weren't going to disappear. I've been having trouble with that lately. Take that and that. Okay. Alright, looks like Thugra may have taken care of everybody else for us. Just going to check these chests and see if anything of interest. Mask of the Witch Doctor. So it does give 10, another thing that gives 10 concussive value, damage, but not too worried about that. I have found those gloves and over here in Sinner's Refuge. So not too worried about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this cloth satchel. and we got a bunch of notes which are useless. But the important thing we need is the Dead Sorcerer's map. Okay, so you can see this will tell you where the Sorcerer's Cave is. Let's pull it back out. So find the hidden Sorcerer's Cave is the next step in the journey stuff. So you can see you have a big river down here, and then you have a stream that, you know, either it's coming down and flowing into that river, the big river. Well, as you can know, let's get the map up. So we have a big river here, and look right here. Here is a little river flowing down into the bigger river, which is Noob River. So the Sorcerer's Cave is on this bend right about here. So what I'm gonna do is hop on my horse, and I'm gonna head over that direction, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I get there. See you soon. Alright, y'all, welcome back. So here we are. I'm just gonna bring up the map real quick first, so I guess I can show you. So here's the cave right here, and if I bring up the map, as you can see, I'm right kind of as the river comes around this bend here. That's where we are. So what I'm gonna do, I don't want my horse following me in there, because you'll see in a minute why. Thralls are not allowed here. I think I can kind of run up here and stick him here. Alright, so it's not gonna let me do that. Cancel, whatever. Alright, I'm just gonna make him wait, stop following, and stop following. Okay. So let's head on in. I don't think it'll be too dark for a torch, but you can see those are corrupted shellbacks. But what you can do is just run on in. Run right past them. But as you can see, just from wandering into this cave, I'm getting a lot of corruption. Or not a lot of corruption, just, I mean, you can't even really see it on my health bar or my stamina bar quite yet. They can't come up here, so the Cave of Karak. Alright, so once you get here, what you'll do is you'll come over to this sorcery table, and you'll pick up the Tome of Karak. And that will begin your journey into becoming a sorcerer. And so you'll get the Tome of Karak, which you'll need to expand your knowledge, your arcane knowledge. You'll also get an arcane staff. So we'll go ahead and pull that up, and it also teaches you your first spells. If we come over here, so this is how sorcery works. You have these little stones, and you have shape the raw forces of nature and reality itself, and part the veil of time and space to glimpse the past, present, and future. So we'll want this one right now. And the spell we have is summon a frozen bridge to traverse a gap. Okay. Stick that up for now. And over here, there are a couple of chests. Sometimes you can find some pretty cool stuff in this chest. I'm gonna take these. Got an idea where I can put them. That. Alright, let's see what's in this chest. There's usually one more chest, so this is a bag. Ooh, but look at here. So we have a steel warhammer and a Sumerian battle axe. Very nice. So I'm gonna take both of those. Ooh, a steel skinning knife as well. Iron bars and some more steel bars. Sweet. So yeah, you can usually pick up some cool stuff. Usually some steel level stuff. And that Sumerian battle axe is a really nice pickup, and I think I'm gonna give that to Thugra. All right, so I am starting to pick up a little more corruption, but we can just do the same thing we did when we were coming in and take a jog on out of here. Past these corrupted shellbacks. no problem at all. They usually just kind of stand there at their entrance. Okay. Alright, sweet. Okay, so what do we need to do next? The next step in the journey is to place a thaumaturgy bench. Okay, so we need to place a thaumaturgy bench. So what does that need? Let's bring out our trusty construction hammer. Sorcery. So we're going to need 300 stone, 50 iron bars, and 50 crystals. So the crystal is the only thing we don't have a ton of access to. So I have 18 there, and I think I have 10 back at base, maybe 10. But anyway, so I am going to show you a place along New River where you can get a good supply of crystal, and it's a bit of a journey from where we are now. Not too bad though, but I'll bring you guys back as soon as I get there. Okay, I'll see you soon. Alright folks, welcome back. So if I turn around, that is our destination there, this cave. If I look on the... hold on. You'll know you're in the right place because you'll see a bunch of these asshole little imps chasing around shellback babies. And so if you listen for the sounds of imps and angry shellbacks, you'll know you're close. But so I'm right here in H. Kind of almost dead center, but you have this little patch of grass, funny looking patch of grass, and then right around the corner you can see this little black dot. That's where we're headed. So let's go ahead and head down there. Yeah, lots of imps here, and it gets pretty dark in here. So what I am going to do is get some material, torch, okay, go in here, plant fiber, okay.
John will have your soul.
Oh, come on. Stick that there for now. So this is full of imps. Hanuman's Grotto. I knew it was Grotto something, but I couldn't quite remember. I kept thinking Solomon. I was like, this isn't a Bible game. You know.
Drink your blood.
But if you head down into Hanuman's Grotto, one thing, you'll find a ton of imps, as well as a big daddy imp down here somewhere. Okay, but lots of crystal to harvest. Sometimes it can be a bit funny. I hear the daddy boss music. For Big Daddy Imp. Said it can be a bit funny to harvest. There he is down there. We're not worried about him. But I think that'll be it. Well, we definitely got enough, so let's head on out of here. Mace and shield back. And this may, this game may be, what, almost 10 years old now, but it is still gorgeous. Especially on PC. Pretty much only on PC. I mean, it looks okay on PlayStation. Looks quite a bit better on Xbox, so, but, I mean, at this time, PC is the way to play. Alright, so I am going to head back to our base, and see you when we get there. Alright, y'all, welcome back. So we are back at our base, and as you can see, I picked up those 2 braziers in the iron braziers in the sorcery cave. And this is something I like to do with all my bases. If I have a little porch, I like to put a couple of foundations down and then stick a torch or a brazier on it. I just think it looks cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and head into base. So what will we need? We will need, so we have everything, we just need an additional 33 iron. Okay, that won't be a problem at all. Three. Okay, and where can I stick this? I think I'll stick it right over here. Okay. Alright, so now we need to upgrade your Tome of Karak. Let's take the tome here. So there's 2 things we'll need. One we'll need... God, we have a bunch of stuff. We really need to build another storage box to get some of this junk out of here. Anyway, so we'll need, in order to upgrade your tome, you put it in the bench. And then you click on here for the recipe. You can also make, if you lose your staff, you can make another arcane staff here. It's just 20 iron bars, 5 crystals. So you'll need a sorcerer spell page. And then you'll usually, for every spell you learn, so every time you upgrade the spell book, you'll need to, this will be the base material. The 2 base materials will be the Tome of Karak and a sorcerer's spell page. So this time we need putrid meat and stone. So definitely have a stone right there. And a putrid meat right there. So we need a sorcerer's spell page. Now normally, there's 2 ways you can get them. The easiest is obviously just to find the sorcerer's spell page, and they're found, same as the dead sorcerer's map, they're found in the cloth satchels, or the satchels of dead sorcerers. You can also find failed sorcerer pages, and I think it's 7 of those. 7 failed sorcery pages makes 1 sorceress spell page. But we have a bunch of cloth satchels in here, so I'm hoping we can find ourselves a sorcerer spell page. So notes, don't need that. And dead sorcerer's map, don't need that anymore. And yep, there we go, sorcerer spell page. So let's head over to the bench. Okay, and you hit craft. And you learn Blood Rite, Soul Drain, and a couple of other spells that I completely missed. But there we go, there we have it. So we have now upgraded our Tome of Karak and learned some new spells. So what is next? So next we're gonna need feral flesh and 5 feathers. However, I think this episode has gone on long enough. We'll have another episode maybe where we focus on upgrading sorcery. There are a few that are very handy as you progress through the game. Some of them not so much. However, we'll focus that on another episode. So yeah, what do we do today? Well, we learned sorcery. We got our Tome of Karak, we got our arcane staff, we got our thaumaturgy bench over there, and we learned our very first our first few spells on our journey to becoming an all-powerful sorcerer. Beyond that, y'all, if you are enjoying this content, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys back in the Exiled Lands very soon. Take care, everyone. Peace out, y'all.